Hi friends, happy Sunday. So, having a hard time getting started. Not that, this is my kind of stay home and like get things ready for that upcoming week. But I don't know if you're feeling like me, but it feels a little start-stoppy and I'm procrastinating a lot of things and just kind of in my head. Yes, Fart, yes. So I decided I'm gonna do an energy practice. I've been texting Brianna about some energy work I can do to support myself. You guys, she's an amazing resource. If you're not already following her page, go follow it, My Joyful Horizons, over here or on Instagram. And she's got all kinds of recorded videos and just, I love working with Brianna. I can't say enough good things. So anyways, I texted her for a little bit of like, what extra things should I do in addition to my daily energy practice. And I want to talk about this book as well. This is a book that she turned us on to. It's by Donna Eden. I have used it so many times over the years. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's a great tool to have in your tool chest, just to kind of support yourself. So here we go. My pants are eating my shorts. Let's do an energy practice together. And I am committing to all of you, I'm gonna go outside today and I'm gonna spend some time getting grounded. I'm gonna touch a tree. I'm gonna put my feet in the grass and I'm not gonna attach a timeline. I'm just gonna do it for however long it feels like I need to do. And earlier I had an alarm go off on my phone while I was working out with Carla about a breathing break. And she gave me, Coach Carla, she gives the best advice. She said, it's really important to take those breathing breaks, and even if you're not breathing well throughout the day, if you're just taking a couple seconds to do some good cleansing breaths and kind of center yourself, it can help a lot. So if you're like me and you have the nudge and you keep ignoring it, well, this is your nudge to do it with me, okay? So here we go. We're gonna tap together. You're just gonna follow along. Cool? Cool. So we're tapping underneath our eyes. I haven't done an energy practice in too long. I need this really badly. Okay, here we go. Underneath our collarbone. Okay, you might yawn, you might sigh, you might laugh, you might just feel nothing, and that's fine too. Center of your chest. If you feel run down or you feel like you're really kind of struggling with your energy, this spot here under your collarbone and this spot here in the center of your chest are super awesome for that, okay? Bart, what's happening? Oh, he's so funny. Okay, here we go. We're gonna make some scarecrow arms. So I just put my arms out like this, like goalposts, and then where my thumb connects with my ribs underneath, I'm just gonna kind of massage it. I don't like to tap this area, I'm just massaging it. And it might be sore, and if it is, just note it. You don't need to assign any value to it. What does it mean? It just means it's sore. And there's energy there that needs to process. That's all it means. Super duper sore. Sometimes when I do this, it's not sore, and then as I progress through it, it is sore. Whatever. Just interesting things to note, right? Okay, here we go. You're gonna squeeze your shoulder. Give yourself a little pep talk. You can do this, okay? Whatever this is. You're gonna come across your body nice and slow, off the outside of your hip, down the outside of your leg, and off of your pinky toe. If you're wearing shoes, it doesn't matter, okay? Just setting the intention, helping the energy move through your body. So we're going the other side now. Nice and slow. Okay, now we're gonna go a little faster. You know what else I haven't done in a while is spoon my feet. Have you been here long enough to hear about spooning your feet? If you take a magnet and you take a soup spoon and make sure that that soup spoon attaches to the magnet, that's the kind of spoon you want. And then you just move the spoon on your feet. Helps move energy, it's grounding, helps get stuff unstuck. It's pretty awesome. And quite handy to have an extra spoon in your purse at all times. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna pull from back behind our kidney. We're gonna come across again nice and slow, off the outside of our foot. Other side. Nice and slow, setting that intention. Now we're gonna move a little faster. Okay, now we're gonna march. So you can start this just right here, okay? This feels super weird, but ultimately you wanna cross over. So it can be very small. It can be very exaggerated, almost making like figure eights with your hands, whatever. Okay, you can even crawl on the ground if you want. Oh, wrong shorts. I don't want to give you all a show. Okay, so you're doing that, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and cross our legs. We're gonna cross our hands. We're gonna pretzel for a minute. Okay, other side. All right, here we go. Crown pull. Letting all the thoughts out that aren't serving you. Gonna come down our neck, off of our arms. Okay, triple warmer. So this is your fight or flight. I like to cover my eyes, but you don't have to. You could just hold right here. You like have your hands on the side of your face, your ears kind of tucked into that little divot, or your thumbs tucked into that divot. We're just gonna do this for a minute because it feels right. Okay, so I'm gonna cover my eyes. You can just start here though, that's fine. And you're gonna tuck your hair behind your ears, come down your neck, cross your arms, flick it off, okay? Hi, Bart really wants attention today. Here we go, let's do some lymphatic massage. So I imagine that I'm always playing the piano when I do this. Here we go, we're gonna get up into our armpits. Mine are really sore, probably from all the lifting I've been doing. Top of your collarbone, tops of your breasts, center of your chest, underneath where your bra line is, underneath where your ribs are, back to that spleen point. It's actually a little higher up. I'm going to come to the very bottom of my ribs. I feel like this is a lung point. Lung or liver, I'll have to look, I don't know. But my body needs it, so we're going to give it some love. Here we go. You're going on either side of your belly button. Now that bikini line area. We're doing one leg, second leg. I know, you just want attentions. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put our finger in our belly button, you're gonna put your other thumb in between your eyes, you're gonna push in gently, and you're gonna pull up. And maybe you'll sigh, maybe you'll yawn, maybe you'll just feel nothing. Whatever, we're just gonna hang out for a minute. So like, I want to sigh, but I can't get a deep sigh, which means it's just not quite there yet. So I'm gonna put my hand in that nook, the back of my head. Doesn't want to come, but that's okay. It's all right, here we go. I'll do more work later. We're zipping up. Zipping up your energy. We're gonna go ahead and shake our rub our hands together. Mine feels super sticky. So I'm gonna shake it off. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull my energy back to me because I feel a little scattered. Like there's 1,000 things I need to get to, but there's plenty of time. I'm exactly where I need to be. You're exactly where you need to be, okay? So now that I've pulled my energy back, I'm just gonna push out a little, just making a little tiny bubble. Little tiny bubble. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make a bubble. More bubbling. Lots of bubbling. You can color your bubble if you want. There we go. There we go, my friends. All right, so yesterday I shared that I signed up to do a certification for EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique. And if you've been here for a while, you've heard me talk about tapping. I've kind of gotten away from it in my own journey, but it helps me so much, and I want to know how to better explain it and lead you guys through it. So I'm super pumped that I signed up for this course, and I'm gonna share all those amazing details here. We'll start doing some tappings together because I think that the words we say, energetically, the points that we touch and stuff, it's also interconnected. It's another cool tool in our tool chest. It's all about feeling good on the inside, because when we feel good on the inside, it's easier to go through life and make the decisions that serve us, whether that's movement or nutrition or mindset work, right? Like it all adds up. Okay, so in a moment of transparency, I want to talk about a couple things. Tomorrow is Monday. I hope you are making a fresh promise to yourself. If you did make a fresh promise this last Monday or Sunday or whatever, I want you to take a minute or 5 today and ask yourself, like, without judgment, how it went. Did you keep the promise to yourself? What about it felt challenging? What about it felt good? What about it made you feel proud? This isn't like keeping score. This isn't you saying, well, I should have done better. This isn't a shoulding game. There's no shame that needs to come here. This is just simply asking yourself, what did I promise? Or why did I not make a promise to myself? Because maybe that felt scary. Maybe you felt pressure around that. Maybe there's expectation that didn't need to live there. And how can you pivot as we move into a fresh week? Did you feel like you got traction with that? Do you need to make that promise again this week? Or do you want to tweak it? Do you want to layer something else on top? Because I like to think of this as, like Legos, and you get one thing just solid. It won't be solid at first, but the more you practice it, the more you commit to being consistent and touching it, even if it's B or C level work, right? It's still about you getting the momentum, which matters so much more than the motivation part, okay? I know everyone wants to be motivated, but I'm telling you, this is about you making a promise, making the decision, making the promise, and then taking the daily imperfect, some is better than none, and done is better than perfect action, okay? So I still need to get quiet around that and figure out for myself. I did switch over to 2B Mindset a couple weeks ago. I am still trying to figure that out, and it doesn't necessarily feel, it's so simple. I'm trying to make it so much harder, and I'm playing little games in my head. So I'm gonna make some of my own personal nutrition promises to myself, right? I'm traveling this whole week, so it's not about all or nothing. It's just about being smart and honoring the promise I'm making to myself. Today's workout didn't really happen. It did happen. I showed up to it. Carla hopped on Zoom with me. Such great accountability. But I had to pivot. It didn't feel good. Like I was like, ugh, I hate this. I don't want to do it. And so I was like, okay, body, I'm going to give you some stretch. And so I did some stretch. I didn't complete the whole workout, but it's still a win for me because I chose to show up to my journey no matter what. Level B and C work is better than zero work. You showing up, even if it's going for a walk, not even if it's going for a walk, dancing in your living room, all these things are fantastic things. We have to shift the way we're viewing it, okay? So if you need any help, let me know. I'll be in my inbox later today. Those of you who are meeting me in St. Louis, I'm so excited. I'm going to share all the cool stuff here. If you're like, what's happening in St. Louis? It's our annual Beachbody event. It's been a couple years since we've had one, and they're the most epic, life-shifting thing. If you are a Beachbody die-hard lover, even if you think coaching isn't for you, I would really encourage you to just, I'll share some of the stuff they stream because it's just, you go and you listen to Carl, who's the CEO, and you hear about what our mission is as a company. And then you see the lives that are changed, not just the customers who have these like transformations with their bodies and their mindsets and their entire freaking lives, but you also see the people that are just like you and me, and they have changed the trajectory of their life. They've created a legacy by helping other people. And you know what? It starts with us. That's why I love this so much, because this is about my journey. That sounds really selfish to say, but it's true. This is my journey. I coach because I love this, and this is my accountability, and this is my ability to make an impact and create income and all the things. So I love it. I'm super excited to see a couple of you in person. I know more of you are coming with me next year, which is super rad. And I'm just asking you to go into this next week, whatever that looks like for you, with less judgment. If you haven't been showing up the way you want, if you've been feeling like you've been plugged out of the tribe for too long and it's too hard to start again, that's a lie that your shame is telling you. You can begin again at any point. It never needs to look like anyone else's. And if you have had a couple of chapters that have been off track or struggle bussy, that doesn't mean that the rest of the book is going to look that way. You get to write your story. You get to say, this is where I changed my story, and I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to do the next right thing. You don't have to know the way the story ends. You just need to know this is what's in alignment with my heart and my soul and what I want my life to feel like and look like. And I'm going to take some freaking daily action to move myself there piece by piece by piece, right? Peace. All right, if you need anything else, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you make some promises. I hope you show up for yourself. I hope that, like me, even if you don't feel like it, you still show up and you count all of your wins, because that's the stuff that moves you closer to who you want to become.